more law, less justice, meaning the more there are laws in a particular societal architecture and state, the lesser and lesser will be the obviously importance and impact of justice for all the people in the society. And that means law obviously curtails justice in one way or another. Law is the direct infringement of justice, equality, freedom, fairness, and liberty, and other human rights in the world and also in the societies in one way or another. And that means the law is obviously the infringement and violation of all that we deserve from ourselves as well as from our governments, organizations, societies, institutions, and industries in one way or another. And that includes obviously justice, equality, freedom, and all that. And obviously, from that, we can understand that law does not necessarily lead to the production of equality or the multiplication of the existing rights and all that is there in the society, but it curtails and restricts and prohibits everything that already exists for all of us, to the point that ultimately we are going to have to struggle for all that we want and for all also that we deserve in our lives in one way or another. And that includes justice, equality, freedom, fairness, and liberty as well in one way or another. So what we can understand from that is that law cannot and will not lead to the production and obviously the providing of justice towards or for everyone. But what law will do is that it will curtail justice to the point that obviously there is going to be nothing left about justice, and ultimately we are going to suffer from the rashness and harshness of all the laws in the societies. And there's going to be nothing that we can do to reverse the situation, because now the law has become more powerful than the human rights, than the justice system. The law is overpowering and overwhelming over all of us in one way or another, because it is removed from justice. But then again, the law must have been just, fair, equal. But the law is arbitrary, forceful, coercive, and malicious in one way or another, because it's hijacked, penetrated by billionaires, globalists, and also by those that are donors that constantly contribute to the government's survival in one way or another. So that's how this works. And that means more law, less justice. The more the influence and the power and the rule of law in the society, the lesser will be the influence and distribution of justice, fairness, equality, and equilibrium for all in the society, and not necessarily for the upper or ruling classes, because the upper class and the ruling classes have all the success, money, riches that they need or that don't even deserve, and they use that to